Dude, one of the best surprises this week, and we'll get to this with the developer direct later, was Hi-Fi Rush. Seeing Microsoft come out swinging in
Yes.
2023 with a really strong console exclusive. I don't know if it's timed exclusive or not. I think it's going to stay console exclusive. I could be wrong. It might end up.
stay with them because they own them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Microsoft
Yep.
owns
Yeah,
Tango,
their
that's,
right?
studio.
they're
because Bethesda,
Kidding that
because
they-
an
Bethesda.
arm of Bethesda. Yeah.
I forgot that they
Mhm.
own them because of Bethesda. Well, there you go.
Yep.
So Hi-Fi Rush is out, and it was a surprise drop. One of the last things I would have expected when you told me there's a Microsoft developer direct is that they were going to shadow drop a game from Tango, like maybe some little indie game, like maybe something smaller, maybe even like Hollow Knight. They got I thought maybe something little. But no, this was a major game release that the people behind Evil Within 1 and 2 were behind. I gotta tell you, when they revealed it, my first thought was, oh boy, one of these experimental things that I don't care about. Dude, it is so cool. It's so good. And I want to get Jeff's thoughts first, not only because he didn't play the last two games we talked about, but also because he just tried it out today for the first time.
Yeah.
Can
And
I
I'm
just throw out there
curious-
though?
Right. Right.
yeah.
Because you
before
said
we
the
recorded.
people from Evil Within, but not just the people, specifically Shinji Mikami. Who is that? The father of Resident Evil.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
grandfather
but I don't
of,
think
of
he-
horror
I don't
games.
think
He didn't have
like-
to do with this game. He's the studio head. But yeah.
I don't
Was he
think
not
he
involved in
actually does anything.
developing this at
No,
all?
he's not directing the game or anything, but yeah, he's the studio
okay.
head. Yeah, and the
Fair
guy
enough.
who was during the announcement, the game director was standing beside him, and he even said to him, "This is your game. Why don't
Gotcha.
you tell them about it?" So like,
Okay. See,
Yeah.
I thought Shinji Mikami actually was involved with.
I mean, he might have
developing.
been in some. Had
Okay.
Probably
specifics,
just
but-
okayed it.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
said, yeah, we
Which
can
is
do
still
that.
like, imagine taking that to like the guy who created horror games. Be like, hey,
Right.
can you make this big,
Right.
vibrant, colorful game, please? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
like
go
that'd
for
have been that'd been the hardest pitch
So
in the entire world.
when do the monsters come out?
Yeah, yeah.
They never come out.
When are
What's
we
the
gonna
blood?
terrify everybody?
Yeah.
It's kind
So
of
Jeff,
like
what do you think
Jet
about it so
Set
far? You got it
Radio.
in the background there, Hi-Fi Rush with the lead character Chai and the cat 808. What do you think about this game, just in your initial first impressions? Because I've got some thoughts too.
Yeah, it's the most first impression you could get because I'm still getting all the hints from robots that you stumble upon
Yeah.
on each level.
Of the
Smidge.
refrigerator. Yeah.
Yeah, Smidge. That's what it is, Smidge. So like the last training thing I did was timing the rhythm and then hitting the final blow where the circle collapses or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about if you've played it. It is a rhythm-oriented melee game. But there's like a story-based reason for why there's a rhythm, like why there's music involved in the game. That I thought was really clever because you normally don't need to do that if you're a game that's
Right.
rhythm-oriented. You just
They
go.
could have just had
yeah,
him
it's
control this
rhythm-based. Just
guy,
go play
and
it.
then
You know,
it's just-
like
yeah.
But they chose to like put this interesting
Yeah.
combat
It's pretty clever.
in a very cool story and like some really in freaking sane animation style. Like this is like in game.
Yeah.
Like it's basically like Into the Spider-Verse, but a little more crisp and clear type of animation style. So I guess it kind of borrows a lot from anime too, especially with the
For
talking
sure.
cat. Yeah, dude, right out of the gate though, I'm like immediately hooked by the style, and this is definitely going to come up again. And I know it's too soon to declare this in January.
No,
but
man, it's not too soon for this one.
100% going to come up again in the best visuals debate.
Oh,
for sure.
yeah,
For sure.
absolutely.
Game of the year, guys.
It's got this
Come on.
like Sunset Overdrive, Ratchet and Clank,
does,
Into the
yeah.
Spider-Verse, all these little pieces of these other experiences I've had, but it's still totally unique. I think it's
It
really
is,
unique.
yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I thought it was Jet Set Radio style.
Jet Set Radio.
Because
Yeah.
you've got the music and then you've got the cartoony like atmosphere
Yeah.
and everything
it's
like that.
It's easy to draw that. You know?
Yep.
So
Little
I was
bit of
actually
cel-shading look to it.
interested. I was interested because I love Jet Set Radio, but then when I found out it was rhythm based, I was like, nope, I'm not even downloading this. And then Jesse White said, yeah, it's rhythm based, but it's more like I'm not even paying attention to rhythm. It's more like it gives you bonuses if you hit on the rhythm.
Yeah, they say that
Yeah.
in the
You can
direct.
still play
Yeah,
the
they
game.
explain that.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, well then maybe I'll play this
I mean,
because
it's on Game
I
Pass.
don't.
Why not?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I've got like 17 games, so I wasn't
That's
like in a
fair
hurry
enough.
to
Well,
play
you're
it.
almost
You're
done
about
with
to
all
beat
of
two
them,
of
for
them,
crying
so
out
you're
loud,
doing
so-
good.
That's
Still
true.
got Fire
Yeah,
Emblem.
so
Far ahead.
So I fired this up thinking like this will be something I can at least say, hey, I tried it, but it's not for me.
Right.
I legitimately thought I'll be able to say on the podcast, yeah, I gave it a shot. I can see people liking it, but it's not for me. And I am 100% going to keep playing this game. I played about an hour and a half, 2 hours of it, and I love it. and I think it's so good. I think the art style is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I've already kind of chuckled out loud a few times, and I don't know if it's because it's actually that funny or if it's I'm just like surprised at how good this overall experience is, and I'm just having fun. So like some of the interactions with Smidge the robot, or some of the things that Chai says, because he's kind of like this dude bro dummy who gets thrust into this situation, and some of the stuff he says as he's pretending to be a rock star. I just think it's funny. I just think it's very endearing.
It has a charm. It has a charming personality to it. It has a fun cartoon like anime.
It feels like very
personality.
Saturday morning cartoon vibes.
Saturday morning
yeah.
cartoon, but yeah, the kind that I would like put on for my kids, but then kind of watch from the kitchen. Like, well, this is kind of cool. I like this. Like, I would kind of watch it too.
Yeah.
So it's got those vibes. I think it's really well done. The first boss fight, I think, Kyle, you got to the boss fight too, right? And Dan, did you play this at all?
No, but I was watching one of my streamer buddies. He was playing it. He was super into it. He was feeling it. I was like, this is really fun. And visuals are like.
No, and Kyle, the boss fight was actually like surprising. Hey, they added something. It's not super difficult, but it's just fun because they give you some different layers to go after, right? With the boss fight.
Yeah. Some Nine Inch Nails starts playing, and everything going to the beat from everything the boss is doing to what you're doing, and everything like that. Like I think I sat there smiling the entire time, like I was playing that boss fight. It was so absolutely charming and so cool. And
I actually like the rhythm part. I thought like Derek, like I don't really want a rhythm game, but this is a little more in the realm of Metal Hellsinger, although different, where it's like you're rewarded for playing with the beat, but you can't avoid not playing with the beat. Like if you want to successfully dodge an enemy, they're going to attack on the beat too. So you're going to dodge on the beat, and you're going to jump on the beat, and you're going to swing on you're just going to as you play it. So
but even just fun little things of like, because the way he's running, he runs to the rhythm of
as soon as you start going on. As soon as you get control, his feet his feet tap on the ground.
He
rhythm.
Taps and snaps like
and
while
if
he's
moving, he'll snap his feet
depending on what the song is. Which all the music they created for the game too, also very good. So it's like. You just get some really good rock songs that they picked, to play at key moments and boss fights. Yeah. But also the in-game music they created, like in studio, very good as well.
They did that specifically for like streaming. There's the streamer mode or whatever. So like it basically changes the music, so you're not getting like that the penalty dinged or whatever, because that's how it needs to be with music apparently. But it just looked really fun. I do want to play it. I haven't yet, but.
It reminds me of like, think of the charm of like early Marvel movies where like the hero sometimes, especially like a Guardians of the Galaxy or something, where the hero's kind of thrust into a situation and kind of almost accidentally having success, or a little like there's something to that. And that's kind of what Chai's doing, where his guitar is formed on this wrench that he picks up. And he's just kind of like, what? Okay. Like there's something about that kind of clumsy, lovable charm, and that just works, and the whole game has that going, and it's got some fun little collectible things in there. There's lots of challenges. Once you get to the base after that first boss that Kyle and I finished, you get to it's kind of like this isometric base where you can walk around, you can upgrade some stuff with your new friend that you meet. You can sit on the couch and pet the cat, by the way. That is something you can do.
That's game of the year right there.
Game of the year. Yeah. And then there's a wall of like challenges where it's like, hey, if you do these things 15 times or 50 times, whatever, you can, cash that in for rewards for more upgrades. So they've got some real lightweight, I would call them lightweight RPG elements, just so you can do some upgrading and go back and retry levels and see if you can get better grades. And the scoring is done on how fast it takes you to clear each area, like each little arena that forms in a fight, but also like how well did you hit with the beat and how many combos did you do and all that kind of stuff. So
I did. I only did two ranked battles so far, and like I was able to get an A even without doing a rhythm. Like I wasn't even focusing on the rhythm. I was just attacking, and the time I cleared it and stuff. But yeah, the story, like I mentioned, that the music is the reason that the music is involved in the game is explained in the story. So it's like kind of a nutty. We already mentioned the Saturday morning cartoon. Yeah, we mentioned the story already, so we're good. Listen, pay attention to what we're saying, Derek. Come on.
Is it an interesting story? I wouldn't call it like compelling, where you're like emotionally moved.
If it has a story, is it interesting?
I think it's fun so far.
Yeah, it's fun, but not like you're not gonna be like, I'm gonna be thinking about that story for days.
Like he's just like this. He's like this happy-go-lucky guy who just decides to try something, and because of this really very like out of nowhere course of events, all of a sudden he's now a defect that has to kind of like fight his way out.
And it's like super self-aware. Like you're trying to get to like the quality, the tester or whatever to report that. It's all
even
super
even the robots are very
production.
funny. Like there's a lot of humor with the robot guards that you're fighting, like in the cutscenes. And by the way, the cutscene to gameplay transitions are super smooth.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And it just looks beautiful. I'm like, how does this look so good? And how does no one know about this game? Like it's really cool. I love that
shadow drops are the best.
I love that no one knew about it. I love that it didn't leak, and there, that we just kind of listen. If this is a sign of things to come from Microsoft in 2023, 2022 will be quickly forgiven and forgotten. If you'd start delivering stuff like this, let's say they do 4 games that just blow us away, including ones we know about. That's going to be a great year for Microsoft if they really deliver on the ones we're expecting. If they deliver on Forza, Starfield, and Redfall, that's a really great year. And if they have any other surprises like this one, it might be one of their best years.
Eric's indiscretions from our last episode, he will forgive Xbox.
Yeah, because last year was bad, and even Phil Spencer has talked about that. Last year was bad.
I don't know why he didn't admit it when we were in last year, and he could have said, "Oh man, we didn't have anything this year. Sorry, guys."
Yeah.
It's like, why are you saying this now that you've seen the numbers? Like whatever.
Yeah.
He knew.
Yeah.
He freaking knew. You freaking knew.
He knew.
Didn't know anything. Plead the fifth.